Okay, Joe, it's been an interesting night for Warrington Town, training with Warrington Wolves. How did it go?
Really good, yeah. I think it was a nice aside from the normal sessions they've been putting on. I thought the lads were looking forward to it, and watching them train with them, I think they really enjoyed it. There was a buzz about them beforehand, and there's a bit of a spring in the step now because they've had a chance to train with what are world-class athletes. I don't know if all of them realise how good the athletes are they've been training with, but it's been a nice exercise for them.
Looking ahead now, you're in the way into pre-season training. It's only less than 3 weeks to the first game of the season. How are things in general?
Okay. We've lost a few bodies from last season. Gavin and Tom have gone for different reasons. Eild's gone, Alan Collins has gone. But we brought 1 or 2 people in that we hope are going to complement what we've got from last season. I think we know what we were lacking last season in terms of being able to put the ball in the back of the net and maybe a target man who'd hold the ball up, and I'm hoping that with the signing of Jamie Enders is going to do this for us. He looked really sharp on Saturday, scored a good goal, and he led the line really well. Chris Gagan played up front with him, looked nice and sharp. And we've signed Stevie O'Brien, who's a lad I knew from one of my days when I was Southport's reserve team manager. He's gotten back into football now. He's a cultured footballer that fits the way we play. We've got youngish looking Liam Johnson, but he's 25, who's signed from, he's been playing in Australia, so he'll give us a bit of balance left side. So yeah, it's gone okay.
Do you think you've got the balance of the team right now to tackle the season, or will you still be looking to bring in any new faces?
No, I'm still looking really. I still think we're a little bit imbalanced in a couple of positions, but you can only do what you can only do from the point of view of the players that are available. But it is quite a way through the pre-season now, but the other side of it is there's clubs now at the higher levels who are starting to release players who they've had on trial and things like that, so they'll start to filter down. So I'm hoping there'll be 1 or 2 that we can snap up in the next few weeks that will complement what we've got.
And who are you expecting to be the key players in Warrington Town's push for promotion this season?
Well, I think, as I said before, Gary, Chris Gagan didn't have his best season last season, but we all know what Chris is capable of doing. He's capable of 30 plus goals a season, and we've got a view that we maybe should use him as a more forward position this year. Jamie Enders again looks a really good acquisition for us, and he'll give us a different dimension than we've had. He gives us a bit of height and a bit of presence up front. But obviously, we want the lads just to play as a team like we did last season. It would be difficult to pinpoint individuals because that'd be putting too much pressure on. But we need to play as we did as a team last year, and for the games where we've got what we consider to be lesser or inferior opposition, we've got to get ourselves up and make sure we win those games that we were drawing. Looking ahead a little bit, the FA Cup and FA Trophy draws have been made. What are your views on those? They're a long way away yet. The Prescott one is one of those, isn't it? Prescott on the day can get results, but they've been down near the bottom of the league for the last couple of seasons, and I'm sure that they'll be more worried about us than we will about them. And Sheffield, I think, are a kind of side who depends year on year. They're up some years and down the year after, but I don't really think we should worry too much about that league, because the South is, in my eyes, a weaker league than the North, and we dusted them 5 the other year in the trophy. So but it's up to us. It's about how we apply, but they're a long way away yet. But they could have been a lot worse.
I mean, Warrington Town will be playing less games this season because they've pulled out of the Liverpool Senior Cup, and there's not the President's Cup anymore. Do you think that will be a big help? Yeah, without doubt. I mean, with the smaller clubs, we're still not a big club in non-league terms, and we can't carry big squads. So we've got to make the best of the resources that we've got, and with the players that we've got available to us, the lesser games that we've got to play, certainly from the beginning of the season to Christmas time, will certainly help the sort of recovery rate and hopefully see a better standard performance in what will be a more important game, which are league games. Finally, looking back at the training you've done with the Wolves tonight, and you've been talking to Tony Smith for quite a long time, have you picked up any new tricks? Yeah, I mean, it was just refreshing to speak to him and to see how kind of how bright and bubbly he was about his job. And he's obviously a very, very experienced man, and a genuine, a lot of humility about him in terms of how he perceives his role, which was interesting really, in terms of the players, how the players feel, and how they sort of what the mindset is really important to him in terms of getting the best out of his players. So I've enjoyed spending probably an hour and a half speaking to him, which went really quick, and if you had someone like that, you could chew their ear every now and again, it'd be nice. But hopefully this is the building block to the start of something a bit more solid between us and the Wolves in the longer term. Well, fingers crossed. Tony's already told us he's going to come down and watch a game in the season, so that'll be something to look forward to. Yeah, you can stand behind the dugout and criticise me. All right, cheers Joey, good luck for the season. Cheers Gary.